Okay, what if I told you that a single mangled fossil, one that was forgotten in a museum drawer for decades, could completely rewrite the story of the dinosaurs? Well, today, that's exactly what we're digging into. It's a discovery that was so unassuming, it was almost lost to history forever.
You know, you don't often hear a groundbreaking scientific discovery get described as uniquely sucky, right? But those were the exact words of the student paleontologist who first laid eyes on the grotesque, mangled skull at the very heart of this story.
So, how in the world does a sucky specimen go from being a forgotten relic to a fossil that changes everything? That is the puzzle we are piecing together today. We're going to find out how this one single skull completely upended what we thought we knew about a catastrophic mass extinction.
So let's start at the beginning. Our story really begins not with the dinosaur, but with the fossil itself, and the incredibly unlikely student who decided to take on the challenge of solving its mystery. So meet Simba Srivastava. Now get this, as a first-year undergrad at Virginia Tech, he took on a project that most seasoned paleontologists would probably run away from. He spent 2 years, painstakingly, piece by piece, putting together a 200-million-year-old puzzle. And this fossil? Man, it had quite a journey. It was first dug up in New Mexico way back in 1982, but pretty soon after, it just got filed away, sitting forgotten in a museum drawer for nearly 30 years. It was just another overlooked specimen until paleontologist Sterling Nesbitt pulled it out in 2024 and realized, wait a minute, this crushed puzzle might actually hold a secret. But here's the problem. How do you study a skull that's been crushed totally flat? Well, the answer, it turns out, lies in some amazing modern technology that allowed researchers to virtually bring this long-extinct creature back to life. The whole process was just brilliant. Srivastava used a hospital-grade CT scanner to basically peer inside the rock without ever damaging the fossil. From those scans, he created this incredible digital puzzle, meticulously separating every single shattered bone fragment in virtual space. And then, finally, he reassembled all the pieces digitally and used a 3D printer to create a complete physical reconstruction of the skull. Amazing. So after all of that incredible work, the world was finally introduced to a brand new species of dinosaur. And it was strange. Let me tell you, it was very strange. All right, let's meet Ptychotherates bucculentus. I know, it's a mouthful. Let's try it. Ptychotherates bucculentus. But the name is actually perfect. It literally means folded hunter with full cheeks, which is a great description that nods to both the fossil's crushed condition and the animal's really unique look. You see, its features were completely unlike anything seen before in an early dinosaur. It had this combination of huge cheekbones, a really broad brain case, and a short, deep snout. It was just totally unexpected. And it proved that one of the earliest known groups of meat-eating dinosaurs, called the Herasauria, were way more diverse and complex than anyone had ever realized. Its look was so bizarre, with that deep snout and those big cheeks, that one paleo-artist gave it a nickname you are never gonna forget, the murder muppet. But here's the thing, this dinosaur's bizarre appearance, that wasn't even the biggest surprise. Nope. The real shock came from when it lived, which forced scientists to completely rethink one of the most important mass extinctions in the entire history of Earth. Okay, so we're talking about the very, very end of the Triassic period, about 201 million years ago. And this was a critical moment in time. Before this, dinosaurs were just kind of co-stars in a world that was teeming with other giant reptiles. As Srivastava himself put it, this is the moment when dinosaurs went from being co-stars to the headliner. A massive extinction event wiped out a huge chunk of their competition, basically clearing the stage for the age of dinosaurs to begin in the Jurassic. And this is where the story gets completely flipped on its head. See, the old idea was that this mass extinction was a great thing for all dinosaurs. But Ptychotherates proves that's just not true. It was found in rock layers from just before the extinction event, and its entire group, the Herrerasaurians, they vanished completely right after. So the devastating conclusion? The same event that cleared the way for some dinosaurs to rule the planet also wiped out other ancient dinosaur lineages forever. This discovery really adds such a poignant, powerful final chapter to the story of this entire group of dinosaurs. And it's all thanks to this one single damaged skull. Because no other fossils from this group have been found this late anywhere else in the world, scientists now think the American Southwest might have been a final refuge, like the last place on Earth where this ancient lineage of dinosaurs managed to hold on before vanishing completely.
The significance of this single fossil it's incredible. As Srivastrava himself said, this specimen, it fits in my hands, but it is the only proof that any of these dinosaurs lived this long, the only proof that they evolved to have this skull shape.
Just think about that for a second. That one small fossil that can fit in your hands, it speaks for an entire lineage, for billions of individual animals that lived and died over millions of years. All of them lost to time, except for this one uniquely sucky specimen.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other world-changing discoveries might be sitting right now on a dusty shelf in a museum somewhere, just waiting for a curious mind to come along and piece their story back together?